Hi everybody, I'm Sergio with Mobility Scooters Direct. Today we're going to do an unboxing of a Pride Mobility Revo 2.0. This is the 3-wheel model that we're going to be unboxing. It just arrived today and it came for a customer that's going to be picking it up from our warehouse locally. So he said, go ahead and make a video. I give you the full approval and endorsement on this product. He loved it. He test drove one in store. And we're going to go ahead and unbox this one today because some of our customers are always curious to see how exactly it comes in the box when you get it. So, depending on what you order, if you have any accessories or add-ons, you may get more than one box, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and begin to open this box by using a box cutter. And by carefully... So now that the box is open, I just want to give you an overhead view of what's inside here. We've got the user manual packet over there on top of what looks like the battery box assembly, which is very important. You also have your keys in there, and it looks like the post pin for the height adjustment on the seat. So you definitely want to hold on to that and put it someplace safe. You also have some styrofoam inserts that hold the armrests here. There's two, one on each side. These armrests you can put off to the side, and this is the battery charger, which you can take out and also put to the side. After that, we're going to need to remove these styrofoam blocks to access the scooter. All right, so now that we've taken the scooter armrests out, the battery charger, and the user manual, there's a few styrofoam blocks in here which just lift right up, like the front one here. And there's another one over the tiller, which we're going to take out, put to the side. And then a third and final one which protects the seat, which is upside down. So for the seat, we're going to pull it out here because it's on top of the scooter upside down. All right, so as you can see, the seat is actually here. It's upside down, resting on top of another piece of styrofoam. So the next step would just be to kind of pick the seat up and then put it down somewhere to the side. Maybe rest it on top of the styrofoam so it doesn't get scratched. That's what we'll do here. Then I'm going to remove this plastic, put it off to the side, take this little piece of cardboard, put it to the side, get this piece of styrofoam, put it to the side, and now you can kind of see the scooter is more exposed than it ever has been. At this point, you'll want to go ahead and get the handlebar and start lifting it up. And then if you kind of zoom in here, Dustin, with the camera to see the adjustment knob for the tiller to control how forward and back it is needs to be tightened. So now it's in place and locked in place. It's not going to swing around. All right, now we're going to go ahead and cut the front of the box as it shows on the front box. The label there even says you got to cut the sides out and do it carefully. Actually, you probably want to go from the bottom up, however you feel comfortable doing it. Be careful, obviously. The knives are sharp, so you get one side and get the other side. Now the front is pretty much exposed, and we're almost ready to wheel it right out. I would say the next thing that you want to do is kind of get the battery boxes out of here, which are right in the front. You can pick it up with the handle, and it's going to make everything easier to get out. Get the other one on the right side here. Put it off to the side. Grab the basket, which is just hanging out there in that piece of styrofoam, the front basket, which comes included. And then the last piece of styrofoam is coming out now. We're almost done, guys. So the last step is going to be you might need help. This piece of styrofoam needs to come out of the way. And the way I do it, you may not have the strength, you may need an extra person, but I pick this up, put it back down. Okay, so now, At this point, it's ready to roll out. So you want to kind of get this plastic out of the way so that the unit kind of rolls right out of the plastic. Okay, so remember, we already disengaged the drive mode lever, so it should just freewheel right out. Remember, you got to tighten this if it's loose like I just had it there. Now it's tight. And maybe you have to pick up the back a little bit to wheel it off. There you go. So it's on freewheel mode, and it had the ability to be pushed manually. Keep in mind, when it's in freewheel mode, and freewheel mode means it can roll, you're not going to be able to operate the scooter. If you can push your scooter like this, that means your drive lever is not engaged. So we're going to engage it. Now it's locked. It won't move. That's the only way to make your scooter work. It's a safety feature. Basically, what happens is if your battery dies, the brakes are still going to be on, so you won't roll down a hill uncontrollably, which can be dangerous. So just keep that in mind. If you turn your scooter on and you hear a beeping sound, 5 beeps, that means your drive lever is not in the right position and your scooter will not work. Okay, so now that we've got the scooter out of the box, let's get the batteries ready. Also want to kind of take a note here that the seat post has the ability to go up 1 inch if you wanted to raise the seat to a fixed height that's 1 inch higher than how it comes. You're going to see here on the batteries, they're labeled battery 1, which here means it's going to go in on the left side first. Well, if you're looking from the front, it's the left side. If you're sitting on it, it's actually your right side. And then battery number 2 goes on the right side if you're looking at it from the front, left side if you're sitting on it. You do have to follow that order in order for them to kind of fall into place and make that connection. The 2 12-volt batteries make contact and form a 24-volt powered system here. So, all right, now that the batteries are on, it's time to put the seat on. The seat comes with 2 under storage containers which swing out, and you can put your keys, your wallet, phone, whatever you want in there. They do have to be swung open like this in order for the seat to go on initially, so make sure that they're open. There's a little male insert and the female receiving end. Just go ahead and make that connection there. The seat falls into place. There's no tool necessary for this. So you've got the 2 storage containers here which slide open on each side of the chair. Close them and they click. You want to open them. Takes a little getting used to, but in order to open them, you push up and then pull out. Up, out. So the seat folds. There's a pouch on the back. The next step would be to get the armrests that we took out earlier. I put them off to the side right here. I'm going to take each one of these armrests, take the plastic right off, and start connecting them. Putting the armrest in is super easy. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn the scooter to the side for a second. So you can see on the sides of the chair, there's a slot here. It's got a little tightener here, which you can loosen all the way. It's just a little knob that's used to hold the armrest in place, and there's also a pin that comes out. Basically 1 pin that goes all the way through, and then this that kind of pinches it into place to lock it.
So there are two settings, so you can actually choose to make the width of your seat and armrest. You know, you have two different options there, about a ½ inch space in between each slot there. So you can have it here, or you can slide it out, have it there, giving you the option to kind of play with the width until you find the perfect width for your needs. Once you've got the pin through, tighten up the knob. I'll quickly do the same on the other side. We'll fast forward through that to not keep you waiting. All right, now that we've got the armrests on, just want to show you that they do flip up. The chair rotates. There's a lever here. You lift the lever slightly and start rotating. It's right in between the two cubby holes, and it rotates. It locks into place in 8 different spots. So spin it until it locks, and then it's stuck in that position until you unlock it and spin it into the next desired location. In the user manual bag that we took out earlier, you'll find there are some keys. Go ahead and take the keys out. Comes with one spare, and the ignition is on the right side of the handlebar. Put it on in, turn it, and you will have power. What's that? It's beeping. Remember, like I told you earlier, if the scooter is in freewheel mode, it will not work. It's a safety feature. So let's turn it off. Put it into drive mode. The yellow switch needs to be in the drive position, and turn it back on. Now it's not beeping, and the scooter goes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a great scooter. We really appreciate our customer Carlos for letting us do the unboxing video, and in our next series of videos we'll probably go into this a little bit more in depth, but for now we're going to conclude this video as it is just an unboxing and setup video. We have another video that goes into depth about the different features, how to disassemble it, put it back together. But if you order this scooter, this is what you can expect as far as taking it out of the box and assembling it so that it's ready to go. When you get it, make sure that you charge it at least for 12 hours. Almost forgot about the basket here. The basket clips on. There's 2 little rails here on the back, and the hooks just kind of slide right under it. You can see the 2 hooks here. You line it up with 2 railings, and it falls right into place without any tools necessary. So it doesn't click or anything. It's in. Again, you do have this adjustment knob on the front. We'll take this out just for a second. This is to lower the tiller or bring it closer to you, bring it out further, depending on the length of your arms. You may want to play with that a little bit until you get the perfect position there. And then last but not least, on the front here, you've got a little button, which if you push in, it's spring-loaded. Push it in and turn it clockwise, it's going to lock you, and you won't be able to turn. When you're transporting a scooter in the back of a vehicle, you want to have that lock engaged so that the steering wheel doesn't go crazy and swing from left to right. So, you know, if you're not able to turn your scooter, it's more than likely just that spring-loaded switch. Give it a shot, and it should work fine. It does come with lights on the front, and I believe on the back it's just going to turn on when you're giving it gas. I'll go ahead and turn it around so you can see the lights at least. So here you can see in the back, it's got some lights that are pretty neat. Just another one of the features. It's got a great smooth ride, anti-tip wheels in the back. Overall, this model is just another one of Pride Mobility's awesome mobility scooter models. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Sergio with Mobility Scooters Direct. Give us a call, chat with us, or email us if you have any other questions. Have a great day.